brace yourselves.
Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TenNapel. Of course, Karine Jean, diversity hire, has been starting to lose it in that she's repeating the same thing over and over on camera. She'll answer questions like, I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to answer that. That's one favorite answer. The other one is, as we've already discussed, as we've already discussed, and as we've already discussed. And I'd like to refer you to White House counsel or some other department that can answer the question instead of her. Basically, it's three different ways that she doesn't have to answer the question.
I wanted to ask about the president's reaction to the legal developments yesterday and with the initial plea deal for his son appearing to fall apart.
So look, I'm really not going to say anything more than what I shared yesterday. This is a personal matter.
If this was just a personal matter, it wouldn't be any of our business. It's not a personal matter about Hunter. The whole point of it is that he brought his dad into a phone call to peddle influence. That's the whole point. It's not personal. This is a state issue for a compromised President Biden.
To follow up on Hunter, is the president concerned that his son's legal challenges will continue to take attention away from the White House now that this plea deal has fallen apart?
I'm just not going to speak to the politics of this. I'm not going to speak to characterize any of this for the president. What I can say is that, and I've said this before, this is a personal matter. This is Hunter Biden, as you know, is a private citizen.
See, she just now said she's not going to speak to the politics of this, but this is exactly the politics of it. And she is being political, saying this is a personal matter, and Hunter is merely a private citizen. See, that's the gaslighting we talked about in the last video. The whole point of it is that he may be a private citizen, but he brought the president of the United States in on a phone call with foreign people he's in business with, paying him millions of dollars a year in an area for which Hunter is not an expert. Hunter Biden is not an expert on energy in the Ukraine. So why are they doing business with him? Other than to get access to his father, and they got access to him on a phone call. This is the only very narrow, brittle road she can go down before she completely cracks up.
And also,
that's why I just want to know if you could ask if
I know.
we offered them the opportunity.
No, I heard your question.
I heard you.
I'm just saying that it is not.
Not a lot's changed since yesterday, and that it's a personal matter. But from a presidential perspective, is there any possibility that the president would end up pardoning his son?
No.
Well, is there
I just said no. I just answered. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Chairman, Jim Jordan tweeted out a series of internal Facebook emails today showing that influenced the White House to remove some posts the administration didn't like. It's been about 3 weeks since the judge restricted access from certain agencies communicating with social media. How much is the White House now working with social media companies to remove concerned posts or things they don't want?
So what I can say is, honestly, on this, because it's an ongoing case, I would refer you to the Department of Justice on this.
I'll defer you to the Department of Justice, the same Department of Justice that was reaching out and talking to Facebook and Twitter, manipulating Americans' free speech. You know, that Department of Justice.
The White House still communicating with social media companies.
So look, as I've repeated many times from here, we have promoted responsible actions to protect public health, safety, and security when confronted by challenges like a deadly pandemic and foreign attacks on our elections. And we have consistently made clear that we believe social media companies have a critical responsibility to take account of the effects of their platforms that they have on the American people while making independent decisions about the content of their platforms. That continues to be the case.
I would love to comment on this more, but this is on a social media platform, which I can get my channel destroyed if I come out on the wrong opinion on some of these positions.
The tax matter that had Hunter Biden in court in Wilmington yesterday, it had criminal information saying that he hadn't paid 1.2 to about 1.5 million in taxes owed. So my question is, number one, I know the president doesn't talk to him, you said, about his business, but was he aware at the time that he wasn't filing his returns in a timely fashion? And also, did he ever advise him to pay? Because Hunter testified in court that 1 year he was sober when he didn't file.
Actually, it was only 1 year that Hunter was even sober when he filed his own taxes. 1 year, one lucky year. we have on record of him being sober. I haven't been doing my taxes under the influence. I must be doing them wrong.
So did they ever discuss the tax situation?
I'm not going to get into the specific of the case.
Does he think it might have to beef up
I've
enforcement?
answered this question over and over again. Nothing.
That's the second option. I've answered this over and over again. She's falling apart. Thank you all again for watching, and of course for subscribing, liking these videos, and comments. You're what multiply this channel and make it a huge success. Thanks for watching. I'm Doug in Exile.